Hello, good evening, and welcome to the start of Fairtrade Fortnight. Woohoo! My name's Adjoa Andoh. I'm a Fairtrade patron, and we've got a lovely hour ahead of us for this opening event of the fortnight. So I am very delighted to tell you that we have been joined by Fairtrade colleagues from East Africa. We have with us Caroline Rono, who is a coffee farmer who lives with her husband, Nahashon, in Setek village in Western Kenya. And they're both members of the Fairtrade certified Kipkayi Multi-Purpose Cooperative Society. And also from the society, we have with us Dorcas Jeptanui, who is the chair of the Women in Coffee organization, which are attached to the cooperative. And we're going to be hearing more from both of them. We also have with us Bernard Joroge, who is the senior program officer at Fairtrade Africa, himself a coffee farmer, and he supports farmers in East Africa. So we're going to be hearing also from Bernard. And just off camera, we have Peter Koech, who is the manager of Kipkayi Multipurpose Cooperative Society, to which Caroline and Dorcas also belong. So hopefully we'll hear from him too. So why I'm a patron for Fairtrade. Why am I a patron for Fairtrade? Because I believe in trade justice and a decent society for all. I was just telling my brothers and sisters on the panel here that my father just recently told me that his father in the 1930s in Ghana, well, it was still the Gold Coast, but Ghana as we know it today, his father was an agricultural surveyor, and he used to tour the country on his motorbike looking at the health of cocoa palms. So that's what we're all about. We're about healthy agriculture. We're about healthy lives for the people who work on the land, who produce the delicious foods and drinks that we love to buy. And we're about making sure that the planet stays healthy, the people who consume the food are healthy, and the people who produce the food are healthy, and that we all have fruitful, enriched lives. So tonight we are going to be finding out what it's like on the ground to be a producer, in this case of coffee, what it's like to be part of the Fairtrade family, what are the challenges that climate change is throwing at us thick and fast, and particularly for people who are involved directly in producing our food. So we're going to have that conversation with the panel. But to kick us off, what we are going to do is we are going to watch a fabulous film about Caroline. Fairtrade set up the filming of farmers' lives. Farmers were followed over 6 months as they went about their business and their lives as part of the Fairtrade family. And Caroline was one of the farmers who graciously said that we could film her life for a bit. So we are just going to get a window into the world of coffee farming in Kenya. And if you have any questions that strike you about the film, about Fairtrade, about what you hear from our panelists tonight, then please feel free to put your questions into the chat, which is being moderated by technical people far more brilliant than I, and we will try to feed in some of your questions towards the end of this hour that we have together. Just to say, this is the first event for the Fairtrade Fortnight, but there are lots of fabulous events going on across the fortnight, free for you to join, and you are most welcome and most welcomely invited. And if you would like to donate, which is a voluntary thing, there is a QR code on your screen that you can scan with your devices, and that will guide you in how that donation could take place. So without further ado, I am delighted to say that we are now going to watch a little 10-minute edited version of the 3 episodes of the life of Caroline Rono on her coffee farm.
Kainata kiuge gulana Caroline Rono. kenyisiek kyuk atinye kenyisiek 34. Olame ngune ko setek ngukwa. Eng setek komite mulemeshek ima. Mite tulondok ako mite maponde. Age tinye beek rote beek. Iman, boyonyu kekure Nation Caroline Rono. Sochome inendet ko amu kikonyitige. Chome akochome amu boisionik. Kobo kekol kawek ko kenyisiek 10 chekikosirto. Eng kabatisietab kawek agere ko kararan, kikotuye kot missing, kikopcheiwa ako ndaje chiket. Ako melen kingopcheiwa komelen kinyokoba sang chechiket. Ngoib kora chechiket akaibu chechuket kituye koek kibagenge ak keyai kit neo. Kararan kabisa kawek.
According to the Kenya Red Cross, some 2.1 million Kenyans are facing severe food shortage occasioned by drought that started way back in October last year. Red Cross indicates the numbers are expected to rise if no immediate intervention is taken.
In eastern part of Kenya, there is drought currently. Animals are dying. While in the northern part of Kenya, it is too much rainfall. There is a lot of soil erosion taking place there. Economy of Kenya is fed 70 to 80% by agriculture. Where coffee is grown, coffee is the main income earner for the household, and around 90% of the households in the catchment of Kapkiai grow coffee. When there is no good coffee production, that would mean that the farmer's income will be affected, which will affect other needs in the family. There will be no enough food, there will be no enough money for paying school fees, there will be no enough money to manage livestock.
Ngebe ngalekab itondab emet ko kikeny komau nguno.
Wakati ule mvua ilikuwa inanyesha kwa njia iliyo nzuri, na ukipata wakati mvua inyeshe kwa njia iliyo sawa, inakatakata, hainyeshi kwa wakati. Nikiongea juu ya hali ya mabadiliko ya hali ya anga ama climate change, itaadhiri sana vizazi ama watoto wetu pale mbele. Sasa inaweza sababisha hali ya ukusaji ya kahawa itaenda chini. Kwa mfano kama hii sehemu ambayo tunaikusa kahawa, unakuta hata wakati ambapo kahawa ingeiva haitaiva kwa njia mzuri, kwa sababu itakuwa ikiiva nusu, kwa sababu wakati mwingine kahawa inataka jua kiasi fulani na mvua.
As women in coffee, we have really tried to fight this climate change so that our crops will have to grow in a better way. Fairtrade came in with the Climate Academy, and they have really helped us to teach us on how to care for the environment, and then the coffee bushes becomes healthy, and then we get now better quantity, good quality, and the women have got better income.
Tukiwa wamama tumeendelea mbele zaidi kwa sababu tunapata pesa yetu. Wamama pia wameelimika kuliko hapo nyuma. Kahawa yetu inabidi tuchunge ikiwa kwa shamba mpaka wakati tunapoanza kuvuna.
Zawadi coffee is so important to the women because we, the women, don't stop at selling the raw coffee cherries, but we add value to the coffee by roasting and packaging, making them ready for consumption. This coffee has given the women a heart of hope.
Kwa sababu niko na mpango mingi mbele yangu. Pesa ya kahawa mimi naipangia kwa sababu mimi najua usee inakuja na hata imekuja kitambo. Mimi naipangia hata niende ninunue plot town, nijenge manyumba, niwe nikikodesha. Sasa nikiwa mkulima itanisaidia kwa sababu itafika wakati ile mimi mwenyewe siwezi fanya kitu na mkono yangu. Hiyo pesa itanisaidia. Watoto wamesoma, watajisimamia au wenyewe watajipangia vile watafanya. Kwa sababu nimeonelea hata mwingine anasoma saa hii ni mchukuu, lakini kama mtoto wangu ameniambia nikikuja mimi nachukua agriculture. Na nikikuja hii kahawa yako utaona tofauti. Na alisema hata anataka sehemu apande kahawa. Ndio nikaona nimepata mwenye kunishikilia na nafurahia hiyo ukulima ya kahawa. Ndoto ile mimi niko naye kuhusu ukulima kwa hiyo mchukuu yangu au mtoto wangu itakuwa na haitaharibiwa na climate change. Kwa sababu nimeonelea climate change inatokana na sisi wenyewe.
If there are no policies that are changed, the problem will affect everyone. What is happening in America, what is happening in UK, what is happening in Germany, Switzerland, or whichever, whether it is in Asia or South America, or here in Kenya or Africa, it's going to affect us where we are. It is very much important that everybody will manage and help to reduce the emissions of greenhouse gases to the atmosphere. And let us support our farmers. I am a coffee farmer. I inherited the coffee farming from my farmer. I believe maybe my son or my daughter may inherit the same.
Lagokab lagokyok, yani lagokab lagokyok nguno. Ne ngot ko megilgei sigik, kotun kobitu tabu mising amu walaksei itondab emet. Ko notok nebitu nyalda nenyolu akot ketemwenyi ak sikiro kele kakyai ne sikobit ketoret lagok chebwone eng tai. Ako majekas kityo eng Kenya, ulimwengu mzima. Ko nengot kerib akere ale toretech. Ko notok nosome ale uyon kerib yotok sikobit kotoretech eng kenyisiek alak eng tai.
everybody. Thank you for your beautiful, beautiful contributions. Dorcas, can you ask Caroline, is that weird to watch yourself on screen like that? Tell me, Dorcas, what's Caroline saying?
Proud about watching herself in the film and seeing what she what the world is watching her.
The world is watching her, and thank you so much. Thank you so much, Caroline. So, Caroline, can I ask Dorcas? Will you please pass my questions on? Caroline, you have been farming with your husband for 10 years. What differences have you become aware of since you've been part of Fairtrade as coffee farmers?
She's saying her life has been, her living standard has been uplifted. She's been empowered about agriculture, and she has enjoyed farming with her husband. Yeah.
That's wonderful. And Caroline, what are your hopes for the future in terms of your coffee bushes and how your life is developing with your husband up there on your farm?
She's saying she wants to improve agricultural practices in terms of farming so that she may acquire more quality and quantity coffee so that their living standard be uplifted with her husband. Yeah.
Okay. And how
than before? Yeah.
Than before, so more uplifted than before. And what agricultural farming practices are you using now that are different, or things that you have come to try out? I don't know, through working with your colleagues at Fairtrade. Are there new practices that you are using now that you didn't use before?
Paichet nguno nekanam asai nguno ko kikoit Fairtrade nyokonetech. Ko nguno kokenam kanetisiet nekikonetech Fairtrade akere ale kokekimikitu as mising as kakinam anyun as boisiet as komie.
Since Fairtrade joined the Caroline as a farmer, the KEPs or the good agricultural practices that Fairtrade have been teaching them has given them knowledge to work more in their farms, like conserving soil and planting trees.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. I'm just going to ask Bernard a question about this. Bernard, you've been you're very involved in the climate academies within Fairtrade. Can you tell us a little bit about why you felt that there was a need for them and how they've impacted on the Fairtrade family that you're responsible for?
Thank you, Adjoa. Fairtrade felt that it is important to intervene with supporting the farmers in the way they produce coffee, because we had realized that the changes in climate change are affecting them negatively, and the production was coming lower and lower every time.
Okay.
The soil nutrients were being lost. When there is too much sun, or maybe there is a lot of erosion, because sometimes the farmers would use the shade trees that were there as firewood, and they didn't have the proper skills of farming coffee, and therefore we started with the low-hanging fruits, like helping the farmers to improve the soil fertility by doing mulching, bench terraces, planting shade trees so that they may reduce the intensity of sunshine, and as well the amount of rain, and as well managing the coffee tree itself by what we call the pruning, which would reduce the diseases. And as well, we supported the farmers in having varieties that are disease resistant, and they reduced on the need to use fungicide. Therefore, the cost of production was a bit lower. And those are some of the things that we have brought to Caroline, and they have helped to improve the coffee productivity.
Wow, that's amazing. And
thank you.
How do you just for all the people who love fair trade, who are watching today, or the people who are curious about fair trade, can you just tell us on the ground, how do you roll out the academy? Do you go to visit the farmers? Do people come in groups to you? Do you do practical stuff on site on the farms? How does the academy teach, I guess is what I'm saying?
Okay, the academy looks at different things. Number one, it would bring the farmers together in what we call the farmer field school, and the groups of farmers are taught how to do certain skills, and we have a demonstration farm, and then the farmers are supervised to do the same in their farms, to make sure that the knowledge gained in the farmers field school is cascaded to all the farmers. And then besides the skills in the farming practices, we would look at other activities that affect the farmers. For example, we need the farmers to have increased income streams, and we supported farmers with alternative income generating activities, which include poultry and crop diversification, like avocado farming, so that they can have a different income stream from coffee that, should climate change affect negatively, maybe coffee, they would have an income from another activity. Energy is an activity that affects mostly the women and the girl child, because they would go very far to look for firewood. And we were able to provide 400 units of biogas generating unit, and these women are now very happy because they are not going to the forest to cut down trees. They are planting trees, they are not cutting down those trees. They are able to get the energy they need from their farms, collected from the cow dung, and the biocereal they collect from the biogas is manure itself, is fertilizer itself that they take to the coffee trees and other crops. And as you have seen in the video, we were able to support the women to help inclusivity, because Fairtrade believes in inclusivity, that women are included in the value chain of coffee. And Zawadi, being a Kiswahili name which means gifted, we requested the men, can you provide these women with coffee bushes so that they are able to be trained on how to produce coffee. They process that coffee as women coffee. And right now, they have packaged that coffee with a brand name, Zawadi. And it's already licensed by Fairtrade, such that it can come to the shelves of UK as a Zawadi coffee. And this is one thing that has made the women to feel, yeah, we are part of the system. So this is part of the activities that the Fairtrade is doing, increasing the income stream, helping them to produce more, and building the resilience by making them to reach market more than they were doing before.
That's amazing. Thank you. Thank you. Dorcas, just picking up on Zawadi, the coffee, Women in Coffee, you are the chair of Women in Coffee in your area. Can you tell us how you got involved and how you feel it's supporting the women that you know in Women in Coffee?
Before we founded the Zawadi, the Women in Coffee group, we did some analysis and found that women were mostly working in the coffee farms more than their husbands. Mm-hmm. Most activities were performed by women, whereby you found men just waiting for the coffee payments, and then they just take the payments without rewarding the women. So we came and requested, some of us were members, and we came and requested our husbands to offer or to gift the women with the coffee bushes so that they may also enjoy whatever they were doing in their farms, like weeding, like picking coffee, like desuckering or pruning, and all those activities which are performed in the coffee farms. And our husbands agreed. Yes.
So I was just going to say about that. Yes. Was it hard to persuade husbands or fathers or brothers to give up some of their coffee bushes? Was that hard to convince them?
First started with our husbands because we were wives.
Yeah.
And then later on came our daughters, our, let's say, grandmothers, and all those, so long as they are female. So they were gifted those coffee bushes, and they did all what is required in their farms. They harvested, first of all, they registered in the cooperative society as members.
Yes.
As coffee members. Yeah. That is Kapiai Multipurpose Cooperative. They became full members, full coffee members. So they tendered their coffee, and afterwards they harvested and take them to their cooperative society, whereby the cooperative society itself sold the coffee on behalf of the women. Mm-hmm. So that by the end of it, the women could get some money, whereby they were very happy. In the first place, they were very happy, and they just congratulated us as leaders because we made a big move in their lives.
Yeah. That's amazing. I'm really looking forward.
Maybe just to add on what Dorcas has said, that initially it was not easy to convince the men because of cultural backgrounds. Because from where Dorcas come from and Caroline come from, they believe the lad and the women belong to the men. Mm-hmm. And therefore it was not easy. And it is something that had not been practiced before. But when the first few men gave their wives the bushes, and they saw the result, and that they saw the income that has increased in the household, other men just decided this is the way to go. And the impact has been big, such that the coffee owned by the women produces more. Actually, the statistics shows that the coffee bush produced by women produces more than those done by the men. And it has helped. It's bringing some sort of internal competition, increase in quantity and quality. Yeah.
That's fantastic. Yes. Give women economic power and see how your family flourishes. That's the truth. Can I, Peter, I just wanted to bring you in here. Are you there, Peter? Yes.
Yes, I'm here. I'm here.
Hi. Because you are, you're very involved with the cooperative as well, aren't you? You're the manager. of the cooperative society. I just wanted to, thinking about all these things that are happening at the moment, all these great improvements that have been happening within coffee farming. How has COVID-19 impacted on your lives, your work, your ability to market the coffee, to transport it, all that sort of thing? Can you slide on into the picture? Here he comes. Hey. Hey, Peter.
Thank you. Yes. Okay. Well, COVID-19 came.
Yes.
It was a big challenge to us because when COVID-19 came, it happened that it came at a time when we had not supplied our coffee to the mills. There was the issue of, some places. I mean, like there was the issue of quarantine. There was the issue of curfew, and the roads were closed. So we were not able to supply our coffee on time.
So finally, what happened to the coffee? Oh, can you hear me, Peter?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, sorry.
You had a question?
Yeah, I did. Sorry, I interrupted you. I said, so you were saying that the coffee couldn't, because the roads were shut, you couldn't get it to market on time, or where you couldn't supply it on time. So what happened with the coffee?
It was we could not supply on time. We supplied late when the prices were down. Basically, if you deliver your coffee past March, the month of March, April, and May, it means you won't get the good prices. Good prices are mainly between November, December, and January.
Okay.
So finally, it became we never had good money for our farmers, and as well during the supply of coffee to the society, this was something that was new, and most of the farmers were very much, there was fear, there was anxiety within the farmers, and they felt that, there was the issue of not being a big crowd. So delivery of coffee again became an issue, and some of the coffees in the farms went overripen because of the time to deliver coffee was adjusted between the normal 5 p.m. to 3 p.m. because some of the workers working in the factories had to move and get home earlier because of the issues of curfew and quarantine. Yeah.
So how are things now?
Finally, it impacted on our source of income. Sorry?
And how are things now? Are things more settled now, or are you still worrying about?
Over the months and over the years that COVID has been here, now it's like farmers have been used to it. People have been used to it, so that the fear is out.
Yes.
And again, we're able to deliver our coffee on time. There is good money for our farmers now, so it's a bit better than during that time. That is 2020 and part of 2021.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Oh, Caroline, can I ask you? Thank you. Dorcas, will you translate for me again, please? Caroline, can I ask you how has climate change affected you farming on your farm? How's it been for you and your husband? Oh.
She says for climate change right now, the farmers or her herself as a farmer has tried her most to mitigate or to cope with the climate change because she has planted trees in her farm. Also, she's saying the impact of planting trees has brought a lot of rain, like for the previous days, like 2 days, she experienced a heavy downpour in that area. Yes.
Okay, so is the planting of trees, Caroline, is the planting of trees that's helping to keep the soil from eroding with the rain? It's holding the soil in place as well as providing shade. Is that the purpose?
Cooking ko to magkakol ketik, cooking roban ko ngirta ngumunye, cooking kayakol ketik, kagere gale kikuti kapsa ngumunye, mi ko mnye kapsa mbareni kyo, kigenyor mbolea kapsa yan, mani ko laile ja put mbolea, mi kapsa ngumunye. Kararan.
Yes. She's saying since she planted trees in her farm, there's no more soil erosion. Also shading her coffee. Her coffee has enough shade. Also the leaves that falls in our farm provide humus, which makes our farm fertile.
Fantastic.
And also the soil remains in our farm, especially when she applies fertilizer, when she puts manure in our farm.
Yeah.
No more erosion is there. So our coffee are becoming, are flourishing nicely.
Amazing. Hooray. I'm just to everybody that's watching, do keep your questions coming in. That was a question from one of our viewers who are joining us. And here's another question, Caroline, from our viewers. They want to know, what is the thing that you most worry about for the future as a coffee farmer? Dorcas, can you ask? Thank you.
Kino tabachini eng betusiek chebwone ko ketestai kekole kawek komakinae kin kotko tos walak itondab emet.
She says as in future with the coffee growing, she's worried about how will the climate change might be in future will look like.
Yeah.
Because that is her worry. And also she's worrying about market. How market will look in future when everyone will grow coffee and coffee flocks into market. I think those are two worries she's experiencing.
Okay, so the climate change problem that's so unpredictable that we don't know about, and getting coffee to market and how we market it. I guess this is so here's what I wanted to ask you, all of you, I guess, on that is, what do you want from us, the people that support fair trade? What do you need from us? How can we best support you? Dorcas, would you like to answer with your Chair of Women in Coffee hat on?
Yes, as we are partnering with Fairtrade as our foremost partners, we normally depend on them to look to venture into new markets and better markets for our coffee. Also, we are looking forward for Fairtrade to give us or to provide us more trainings on coffee farming and climate change mitigations, as we are worried about this climate change.
Yes.
So we are requesting Fairtrade to be giving us trainings, to be updating us on whatever is going on about climate change, new practices on coffee farming, new markets. Whenever there's a new market, we are hoping that Fairtrade will assist us mostly on this field. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. That's well, I think by next International Women's Day, next March 2023, it would be brilliant if we could be buying Sawadi coffee in this country to celebrate International Women's Day. I'm just going to lay that one out there, Fairtrade people. Wouldn't that be a good thing? That would be marvelous. Bernard, can I ask you, what do you want from us? What do you feel that as fair trade supporters and lovers of fair trade across the world, what would you like for us to be doing to support your work?
Yeah, this is very important to know specifically how and what you need exactly to do to support the producers. And one of the greatest things that we request is that the consumers, let them support by buying fair trade products, because the moment you buy fair trade coffee, you buy fair trade tea, you buy fair trade cocoa, whatever product it is, it means that the farmers are assured of better prices. And whenever they have good money, they are able to support their families in education, in health, and as well investing some of that money in the productivity of the crop that they are supporting if it is in coffee. Therefore, the consumers in UK, the consumers around the world, continue buying fair trade. Tell your friends that whenever you buy fair trade, you are improving the livelihood of the farmer in Africa and everywhere, and in particular Kenya, and in particular the Sawadi coffee farmers. Buy fair trade coffee. This is the coffee that will improve the livelihood of the farmer. The other thing is that with fair trade, comes with premium, which supports in social, economic and environmental activities. And this is money that the farmers can invest in their health infrastructure, in improving maybe the roads that they take their coffee to the market to, or maybe in alternative economic activities. And I know we have leaders that are listening to us today. They need to tell the global leaders that let them support the developing countries with finances that will unlock the adaptation and mitigation activities. The farmers need to be assured of better livelihood, and therefore, the moment they support with money that they have assured or promised the developing countries that they are going to give to improve livelihood, it's going to support the farmers so that the farmers will be assured of a better tomorrow. And the moment the farmers know that they are earning better income or they have a better tomorrow, then they will be able to tell their children that if you continue farming, you'll have a better tomorrow. And that will assure a cup of coffee at the coffee shop in UK and any other place in the world, because the farmers have a better tomorrow. Therefore, buy fair trade, support with finances so that the farmers can have a project that will improve their livelihood, and as well, buying fair trade means money for premium. Thank you.
Thank you. Just let me pick up on something you said there. How do you think the younger generation, your son or daughter's generation, are feeling about farming as a good prospect of a future career for them? Do you feel that young people feel there is a future in farming that they want to be involved in?
Actually, this is a mixed feeling, and there are some children who don't want to do farming because they feel to do farming, it could be like a slavery You're not earning anything from it. But now with places like Kapkiai, where we have been able to do some interventions, we have seen an increase in the membership of youth farmers. And this is because those youth farmers have seen their parents, they're earning better incomes from coffee. The coffee that were producing maybe 1 kg per tree is now able to produce about 10 kgs per tree. And it's coming with quality coffee, which earns better money. And that means the youth are now being involved. And then with projects like the Zawadi project, we have trained youth in quality control, and they are supporting in quality control. So they are seeing their opportunities in coffee value chain. Therefore, the moment we work together with partners and consumers so that we support the farmers, there are so many opportunities that we include. We will help to have inclusivity of everyone, the women, the youths, and the farmers themselves. And therefore, we increase that awareness and maybe that knowledge that coffee is a business like any other activity, which can help to give you the necessary livelihood that you need now and in future.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's so helpful. So helpful. Caroline, I wanted to ask you, how do you feel that your life has changed or been altered in some way since you've been a coffee farmer with Fairtrade? What opportunities do you feel that have been afforded to you since you've become a Fairtrade coffee farmer? Would you mind asking, Dorcas?
Since a cooperative joined Fairtrade, she has benefited a lot. Like for as Bernard has said, the women have biogas plants whereby they are no longer going to fetch firewood in the bushes, and the slurry with the biogas as a waste, which the biogas emits, is used in their farms, and the quality and the quantity of their coffees as improved. She's a Fairtrade coffee farmer. The markets that have been the markets that our coffee has been sold as a Fairtrade coffee farmer, she has earned a lot, unlike the other farmers which are not Fairtrade certified. She talks also of trainings which Fairtrade offers. She can now do the coffee farming practices in her farm better than before Fairtrade joined in. So she says, I'm very proud about Fairtrade Africa, and she has uplifted us so much. Also, she says her now being viewed in a film in the world, it is because of Fairtrade. That is it.
And what, Caroline, what would you say is the most effective farming method that you're using now that you weren't using before? What's been the best thing? Can you ask Dorcas?
Guna kinde kimingane. Kugeture guna. Agera le. Chota kapsa jikimita parenyo. Agera le kimita kapsa. Kuna ta kimene kapsa na agera le kiminga parenyo kapsa. Chobe tapa we gomingo. Okichop chigas. Kichop sagas. Okichop chigas. Krara kapsa.
She's making you laugh, Dorcas.
She's saying now what she's now doing. She's now right now at this season after harvesting her coffee. She's now desuckering or removing the suckers, which are unwanted branches in our coffee bushes. Since our coffee is very fertile, or since our soil is fertile because of the using the bioslurry from our biogas, her trees now are going. That is the great practice now she's doing in her farm. She's desuckering the new branches that are growing, which are unwanted in our coffee. Yeah.
Okay. So the slurry has been fantastic from the biogas. The biogas sounds amazing. It just sounds fantastic. You don't have to go and harvest wood anymore. You can just use your waste products. That's amazing. And then the desuckering, that sounds very, very satisfying as well. Yeah, that's so helpful to know about. I know the premium is really helpful, and people can do lots of different new things with the premium. And I know, Caroline, that you have been able to invest in more medical investigations because of having the premium. Is that right? For yourself personally. Dorcas, could you ask?
She's saying, in terms of premium, she has not come across the premiums. The premiums that we normally get are used in the cooperative society. Like now, there was a strategic plan which was set in the cooperative society to build a new office. Whereby the premiums were used. Yeah. So she has not come across the premiums.
Okay. So that is I'm looking at Bernard now. That is the different way that the fair trade money works. So farmers get a better price, producers get a better price, and then on top of that, the fair trade premium goes to the cooperative to make decisions about the whole cooperative and how they want to spend that money to improve the infrastructure for all the farmers. Yes.
Actually, yes. What happens is that fair trade is not supposed to support an individual farmer by maybe giving arms to that farmer, but it's supposed to the farmers are supposed to come together and then they agree what activity, either socio-economic activity, environmental activity that would bring development and empowerment to the farmers and the community at large. And it could be an investment that eventually the outcome will support in more money or reduction of maybe the losses that would be there because of maybe investing the money that is earned from coffee directly to what they would have done. And since the farmers in Kapkiai were using a lot of money in hiring offices, they decided the best thing we are going to do, let us invest our money, part of our money in constructing office so that we may have computers to analyze what we are doing, and reduce the money that we lose in hiring offices so that the farmers can earn more. And of course, they had invested in other things earlier, like they have a solar dryer. Their coffee now is drying whether it is raining or not raining, because they have a solar dryer, and that has helped them to reduce the production cost and earn more. And they have invested as well in improving some road networks. They are able to access some places which they could not access before. Yeah.
Fantastic.
And
So,
somebody like Caroline is able to move maybe to hospital because there is a load that is able to connect her home to the hospital.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So on an individual level, on a community level, Fairtrade is just helping to support and improve the lives of everybody who's certified and involved, improve the land, improve the quality of the food, improve the marketing,
exactly.
the prices that people get for the goods they produce. So we are coming to the end. I could talk to you all night. I'm sorry, we only have an hour. So I'm just saying to everybody who's watching, here we have some amazing people who are working super hard to bring us fabulous coffee. And across the world, Fairtrade farmers are doing the same with all sorts of delicious products. I'm so honored and pleased to meet you all and to have your time and your wisdom and your thoughts shared amongst us. I think it's a fantastic way to have started our Fairtrade Fortnight together. I send you all our love and all our good wishes for your continuing thriving, for your work, for Women in Coffee, for the work of the climate academies, of the cooperative, and of the individual farms. May you all be happy and fulfilled and thriving. May we all support you in that endeavor by continuing, as Bernard was saying, to support fair trade, to buy fair trade products, and to know that the delicious things that make us happy here are helping our brothers and sister producers in other countries and making them happy in the work that they do. There are fair trade events going on throughout the fortnight. Please go to the website. Everything is free to join. If you want to donate, scan that QR code. It is yours. And know that you are part of a big and growing family that is here to love the planet and love each other and appreciate all the things that we get to delight our palates and nourish us. And we need to do our part so that our brothers and sisters here can do their part to protect our planet, to feed our planet, and to look after one another. So long may you continue to support fair trade. And thank you to everybody who's joined us this evening.